So as you all know, last week a new DLC dropped in GTA Online. There was a new business, some new vehicles, and also some other bits of work that were added to the game. And while we did do a massive spending spree and buy all these cars, we haven't actually used the business very much at all. We did one mission just to test it out, but we haven't actually played and seen if it's really profitable. Now, from the other videos you've probably seen across YouTube, you know it's a bit disappointing. However, I still want to go over it anyways, just to see if it's at least fun, because we could all use a bit of fun in our lives. Am I right? Am I? So one thing I didn't realize last episode is you can actually send out these guys for agent enforcement work. So this is just kind of like a passive money maker. Okay, does it really need to be a cutscene when I send them out? So Jeanette will contact us and add a payment to our safe when they have completed their work. I don't know what the exact cooldown for this is, but it's a little bit of passive income, which for doing absolutely no work at all isn't too bad. However, there is some actual work we need to do. She's not doing any work, and that is over on this computer here. Now, obviously, like I said, we did do one last episode, and it was a pretty fun mission, although I thought they would be repeatable. Why is my guy not sitting down? I can't even move my camera. Oh, there we go, thank you. I thought they would be repeatable, and they are, except there is a 1-day cooldown on the major contracts. This one on the right, it takes a whole entire day for these to reset, and we have Grace again, the one we did last time. And then these one, it takes an hour. As you can see, 38,000, 36,000, 44,000. Not bad in general in terms of money, but an hour cooldown makes us not very profitable, and 125,000 only being able to do every day is also not great. Let's go ahead and try them anyways. See if they're at least interesting and if they could be added to some sort of money-making routine. So we're starting off with Serenity Pierce and hello Jeanette, goodbye Jeanette. One thing I do want to mention is you don't actually have to use this van here. It's given to you by the business and it makes it look like you need to drive that around to, you know, pick up the bounty. However, you don't actually need to. You can just use your oppressor or something. I'm going to stick with this car because I like it. And when you go to pick them up, it will just spawn the van there for you. At least that's what I've seen in other videos, so if it doesn't work for me, I'm going to look like a real idiot. But that should make these missions much faster, not having to use a slow van. It's still useful to get the armor plating though, because you do have to drive it back, so if you are getting shot, it's probably nice to, you know, have armor on. But if you could just use whatever vehicle you want, these missions are extremely fast. And they honestly kind of remind me of how payphone hits used to be in terms of very quick missions that give you a decent amount of money. I don't think they're as good as payphone hits used to be, or even still are because of the cooldown time. However, they're not bad. And if you're just starting off and you don't want to do heists or something because, I don't know, you find them too difficult, these might be a little decent money maker, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. How do I get in there? Is there like a door I have to go through? Are they going to open that for me? Hello. Open the shutter door. How? Good sir, how do I do that? Destroying the power box. Does that mean this? Nope. Oh, okay, there's some other ones. The correct power box, we have one up there. I didn't even destroy it. Really cool. Yep, that made sense. I'm sure there's a way to know which power box is the correct one by looking at it, but I'm not very observant apparently. And that is all the people there. Now I need to disarm. Are you bro? She went crazy with that pistol. She just spammed the shit out of me. What the hell? Okay, let's try this again. Because you need to shoot her hand. That didn't work? Are you fucking kidding me? No, oh my god. Thank God, Jesus. Last time I did this mission, I got it like first try. It was easy. Why is it so tough? Oh my God. Like I said, the van spawns just for you, so you don't even need to drive it, which is really nice to be honest. But that is pretty much it. For the smaller contracts, the 3 lower money ones, it's only one mission. If you do it pretty efficiently with an Oppressor Mark II or something, you should be able to complete these in like 3 minutes or something. Maybe 5 if you get one that's a further away location. And there are the enemies shooting me, so the armor's nice. But like 36,000 or so for doing this. Again, surface level sounds really nice, but with the cooldown, which we will see in a second, it's a bit eh. Well, there we go. First delivery of a human being completed. And once again, you don't get the money straight away. I think it takes 48 minutes if you don't have the 2 of these guys here. And I think if you have both of them, it takes something like 16 minutes, I read. I'm probably wrong, but it's a bit faster. Either way, you're getting your money after a certain amount of time, so it's not too big of an issue. But 36k for that. And if we head back to the PC now, we should see that it says the person is being processed. Serenity Pierce is being processed right now. It doesn't have a timer. I kind of wish it did, just to make it a bit easier to see. But then we can go ahead and do these other ones. Bill, Cook, and eventually Grace, and then they'll eventually reset. Okay, well, here is one of the long ones. I did hear you can go up to Polito for some of these, and second mission, very unlucky. Oh well. And yes, I still refuse to use the oppressor. So if you're thinking about commenting, why isn't he flying over there? Shut your mouth. Now, one of the other big complaints I've been hearing on Twitter and YouTube about this business is a lot of the missions are very much copy and paste, especially all of these lower money ones, lower bounty ones. I've heard that they are just kind of the same thing over and over again, which, to be fair, most businesses kind of are, so I don't know why that's such a complaint, but that does mean that the fun aspect of it may be a little bit lower than initially anticipated, because when I was making this video, or my last video, and saw this business, I was quite intrigued of the idea of doing like police work in a sense. However, if it's just going to a location, shooting people and taking back a target every single time, it's not really as interesting as I feel like they could have made it. There could have easily been things like doing car chases, similar to some of the things you have in story mode maybe, and you basically have to chase a car with a police cop car, you know, track them down, stop them, shoot out the tires maybe and take them back. You could do other things, maybe there's someone robbing a store and you have to run them down. There could be a bunch of different things they do with this, and maybe there's some stuff in dispatch work I don't know of yet, which is the other money-making method added in this DLC, which we'll get to in a little bit. But you know, it feels like they could have done a bit more with the business, either in terms of the fun aspect or in terms of the money making. Overall, I don't really care. There's still a lot of content in GTA Online, so I'm not going to be too upset if something doesn't make money. Like, we still have Kaya Perico, The Contract, and other businesses. It's really not that big a deal. I don't really care about grinding money in the first place anyways. I care more about enjoyment. But in saying that, if it's not enjoyable, then that's a bit shitty. So I guess we'll have to see how this goes. I'm going to grind this for a while, see how I like it pretty much, and give it a little bit of a review after all. Sorry, struggling to speak once again, as usual. Okay, these guys are hiding in really irritating places. I'm not a fan of it. Could you move, barrel? Thank you. I didn't actually look at the photo of what this guy looks like. I maybe should do that before I accidentally kill him. Okay, it's Ron Swanson. I have to shoot out his hand again, though, which is going to be annoying. Oh, we have another one of these things. The creepy dolls that are in the arcade. Okay, better that time. Oh, right, I forgot. You have to drive this whole thing all the way back down. I'll see you in 27 hours, boys. Honestly, in the future, if I get another mission up in Polito, probably gonna skip it. Like, getting up here isn't too bad, but the fact that you're forced to drive this slow-ass van all the way back, it's a bit rough. And I'm honestly really surprised they don't give you the option to upgrade this. Like every other business nowadays, you can usually upgrade the vehicles you're using to some degree, at least like with the nightclub and stuff. You can change the color of this and give it armor plating, but, you know, if we could get turbo or something, that'd be very appreciated. Although when it comes to things like this, I do have the conspiracy that Rockstar purposely makes it slower because they want to slow us down. I do very much think that's the case. It's the same thing with why they put in things like cooldowns, because they don't want us to make money, because they love their shark cards, the dirty pigs. Okay, I'm literally about to fucking die. These guys are absolutely fucking relentless. It's actually insane. The fact I have to drive from Polito all the way back here with a vehicle that's slower than theirs, and they spawn like 6 different times even after killing them, is just ridiculous. Look how easy the thing spins out as well. I know it's my fault I'm driving badly, but it is awful. This van is really, really shit. Like, thank God it has armor at the back, because if it didn't, I would have died multiple times by now. It's not too bad when you're driving close, but when you have to go from Polito, it's a bit ridiculous, man. But there we go, second person complete. I think that whole entire mission took me like 12 or 13 minutes or something stupid. But then we can see Serenity Pierce has been processed, $38,000. So yeah, it takes not much over 10 minutes to get them processed, which isn't too bad at all, to be honest. Again, I don't really understand the point of the delay. If you're going to get the money anyways, just give it to us straight away. I know the point is that it's supposed to be realistic in a sense, but I don't know, I don't really see the point. Okay, this time we're going after Cook Kenzie, and apparently my car has been... Why is it being parked in the middle of the street? And it's been crashed into. I need to fire my mechanic, Jesus Christ. But we're going... Okay, not as far this time, I can deal with that. But we're going to a crash site, so that is a different mission. As long as there's enough variety to keep it somewhat interesting, I won't be too mad. Like, the level of variety that the payphone hits have is probably about what I would like. I think I'm real. Can't confirm though. Okay, where is the crash site? Is it this truck? It certainly is. Okay, investigate bloody clothes. So it's an escaped convict, seemingly. This is what I'm talking about for variety. This is actually quite interesting. No, I have to follow the blood trail. I'll go on foot, why not? Hello, cop. Search the area nearby to locate the target. So how are we going to find Cook Kenzie? This is a pretty large area, in all honesty. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of telltale sign. However, doing the mission for the first time doesn't make it easy. I assume he's going to be like hiding somewhere, right? That him? Nope, that's just a biker, aka a wanker. Okay, you know what? This calls for some ATV action. My legs can't take me much further. I think that's him. Alright, that's not him, that's just his friend. Okay, cool. I shot his hand, baby, let's go. I am about to fucking die, holy shit. Alright, we done? Hello, Cookie. feel like such a good Samaritan at the moment. Taking convicts back to the police station, killing a bunch of other people. I feel like such a good man. I do kind of wish they added some missions that were non-lethal, so you could sort of roleplay a bit more as like a good cop, or I know we're not cops, but you know, not a murderer for once. But oh well. Okay, man, that was a perfect landing and you still tipped over. Hello, friend. I apologize. I'm just trying to do my job, man. So I've been recording for about half an hour now. Let's say we took 5 minutes to start the first mission. So 25 minutes and we're going to make close to 100k. What, 38 plus 36 plus 40? Closer to 120 actually, about 114. It's not terrible. But when you can do Kaya Perico in almost an hour, or the contract in an hour, like I showed you in one of my previous videos, yeah, for money making, this business is not it whatsoever. Oh yeah, I just remembered, with the higher bounty, you go into an actual, like, mission. I don't really know why this one's an actual mission and the others aren't. I know it's a higher bounty and you have more steps to it, but it feels a bit unneeded, really. Whatever. I guess I appreciate not being in a public lobby where they could kill me multiple times. Also, one of you guys is going to tell me in the comments below, is this the new fastest vehicle in the game? Because in terms of flat out speed, it definitely feels like one of the fastest. I have the upgraded HSW weaponized Ignis, which I think was the other fastest vehicle, and this feels pretty close, if not faster, to that. Obviously around corners and stuff, it's a bit slower because its handling is not perfect, but in terms of pure speed, this thing is absolutely rapid, man. But here we are, back at the hospital. Now, obviously, I've shown you this mission before, so I don't know how much I really should be showing you again. I don't think there's anything different. It seems like the exact same mission so far. Hello, Grace. I mean, hello, not Grace. Can we leave now? No, but I gotta take a photo. Now we leave. Or not. You know, I can stay in here a bit longer. I don't mind it. Dead bodies and all. It's kind of my thing. Not really. Oh. I haven't seen one of these online in ages. Hell yeah. What a vehicle. Okay, up the elevator we go. And that body's still glitching out.
Look like a totally different person, right? No! They found me!
Yeah, I did, Grace. I honestly don't even know if getting the painting's worth it. It's $5,000. I literally could not care less. Thank you. Okay, are you fucking kidding me? My aim is not the best today, I will say. Bit rusty, it seems. Been playing a bit of Elden Ring, so don't blame me. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Are you kidding me? Wait, I disarmed the target? Wait, she survived? There's no way. I didn't even disarm her. I just set her on fire. Okay, works for me. I'll take it. I feel like I should have failed there, but oh well. I fucking hate this vehicle. I hate it so much. I know it's probably my bad driving, but I gotta complain a little bit here. It feels like it has a weird hitbox. I feel like I'm not hitting things when I'm driving, and it's hitting them. Okay, here we go, Grace. Second time I've caught you in the matter of like a week. You should really find a better place to, you know, hide out or something, not your fucking art gallery. Well, there is another most wanted bounty done, and we'll get 125,000 for that very soon. Now, I was saying earlier about, you know, the time it takes to do these and the reset times. Okay, I'm gonna go outside. She's talking way too much. Jeanette, please shut your mouth. So, like I was saying, with the 3 regular bounties, they have an hour or so cooldown, might be 48 minutes or so you can do them relatively often. However, with the most wanted bounty, it is every day. I don't know if it's 24 hours or when the GTA day resets, but one or the other. Now, overall, for a consistent money-making method, it is not that great. However, I will say there is one positive about it, and that is if you're someone that doesn't have much time to play the game, you work a job, you go to school, you just don't have much time to do like a heist every day, like a Kaya Perico, you can very easily come on. It's like a 5-6 minute mission to go ahead and get Grace or the other most wanted bounty targets, and that's 125,000 a day, which really, in the grand scheme of things, it could be a lot worse, but it's still not great, is it? Now, I want to get on to the other money-making method they added in this update, which I'm a bit more excited about because it feels more interesting to me. With the new dispatch missions, what you need is a police vehicle. Now, I already have one. In fact, it's in my bottom dollar bail enforcement right now. However, I might go ahead and buy another one. Because, you know, while this one is fine and everything, there are better cop cars, and I do kind of feel like I should spend a bit more of the 30 million I grinded in that other episode, because I don't like saving money, apparently. So there are these 3 new cop cars that were added with the DLC, the Impaler, the Dorado Cruiser, and the Greenwood, all very nice. However, I'm going to go for the one added in the chop shop, the Gauntlet Interceptor. I do think it is better than these 3 vehicles, and to be honest, the Impaler and the Greenwood aren't that difficult, or aren't that different, sorry, than the Cruiser, and I don't really want the Dorado one. They're also all very expensive, and for some reason I don't have the trade prices yet. So like I said, I'm gonna go for the Interceptor, which is $4 million. Still fucking ridiculous, way too much money. And I'll send it to the order shop so I can go ahead and customize it, and we'll go ahead and see what we can do with it. That's not the garage exit. Okay, the Gauntlet Interceptor. I was actually planning to buy this vehicle when it came out back in December or January or something, but I never had enough money to do so. So happy I at least have it now. Now, apart from all the basic upgrades we can do, there are some different liveries. I imagine they're all going to be just regular cop liveries, I imagine. Personally, I kind of like the stealth. Very, very low key. Let's make it look insanely over the top for no reason. Tech Array 7, raised dual searchlights. I don't actually like those that much. Still gonna get them though. Emergency lighting, we'll go with number 4. I actually like custom lighting too, looks pretty good. And then a push bar. Let's go for the assault one because I love to assault people. That is a joke. That is a joke. I'm going to go for the secondary surround plating at the back. That looks quite cool. Obviously, got to get ourselves a roll cage and some drag seats. Roof, we can make carbon, but I'm not going to. Secondary skirts. A spoiler feels weird for a cop car. I feel like you don't see many cop cars with spoilers. I could just go with a mid-level spoiler or something like that. They don't look too ridiculous. I do think these ones look a bit stupid, personally, for a cop car. I'm going to go with a mid-level spoiler. It's not too ridiculous. It looks kind of in line with the overall design. Wheels, obviously, are bulletproof. And someone did comment on my last video that I never changed the wheels. Yeah, I don't. I kind of like stock wheels on vehicles because they're usually somewhat unique. So that's why I keep it like that. Go with a limo on the windows. Bumpers, we can change the front bumper to a... Oh, I kind of like the regular secondary splitter. And for the rear one, you can get that. As funny and interesting as it would be, I kind of don't want to. Exhaust, let's go with a race exhaust. Grill, we can go with a secondary open grill. Get some headlight covers in there. Gonna go with the chrome grill. Then I think hood is the last customization option, and you can get these on here. That is interesting. I wouldn't think a cop car would want to be this non-inconspicuous? Spicuous? Obvious? You know what I mean. I kind of just like the stock hood. These are cool, but they look a little bit ridiculous when you're trying to be a police officer. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Obviously get some headlights. No underneath neon lights for this one, which is interesting, but oh well. And that is my new Gauntlet Interceptor. So with this, we can hopefully track down some criminals and give them a nice rub on the ass in a disciplinary way, of course. So as you can see in the top left there, it says dispatch work can be accessed by pressing R3 when driving a law enforcement vehicle on your own. Well, I am in a law enforcement vehicle and I am very, very alone. So let's get into some dispatch work. So press R3. Hello, Vincent. Malicious mischief. We're going to the observatory. Now, I do want to mention here, because I know people are probably going to comment it, I do believe as well, with these missions, you do not need to actually be in your cop car to do them. You need to be in the cop car to start the mission, but as soon as you start it, you can just go into your oppressor, which feels really strange that they would just let you use the cop car to start it and then not have to use it at all. But for the sake of role playing and having a bit of fun, I'm gonna stay in the cop car for now at least. Also, unlike the other missions for the business, I actually have no idea what these missions are like. I have no idea what they pay out. I've not done them. I've not watched any videos on them. So this is gonna be completely new to me. And also, this car is pretty decent. It has actually very good handling. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it definitely does the job. It's definitely not worth 4 million. I don't think almost any regular vehicle in the game is, but hey, it's a cool new cop car. Okay, where is the criminal? Show yourselves. Okay, there's explosives. And I have to not detonate them. God. I could detonate them if I want to be a little bit naughty, but I need to disarm them within 8 minutes. That should be pretty easy. Okay, there are enemies, so I probably should have expected that. I also have no body armor again. Shock. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Ow. God, how many are there? Jesus. Oh, I remember I've done those before. It just makes it go faster, doesn't it? There's not an actual unlimited amount of pattern inputs you have to put in. It just makes it go faster. I find it a little bit strange that the dispatch work is seemingly more intense than the bounty work. Like the bounty work is the actual main business and this was just sort of a side thing, but this is way more intense than the business work, which is interesting on Rockstar's part. I'm glad we do have something like this though. It does make it a little bit more interesting. Some actual more like proper quote unquote police work, you could say. Disarming bombs and everything. Well, there we go. Disabled all 3 explosives. Killed all the definitely not innocent men. And now we can leave. I'm actually very interested to see how much money this gives you, because I really do not know. I would guess somewhere around the $20,000 to $30,000 mark, probably, if it's similar to other missions I've seen. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. $25,000, okay, that is not too bad. However, the thing I am probably more interested in is the cooldown time. I know there is one. I don't know how long it is. So let's try and access dispatch work again by pressing R3.
You're off duty, officer. No assignments.
Cool. I guess I'll just wait here and see how long it takes to get another one. I think it's something like 10 minutes from what I've maybe heard, but I really don't know. It's currently 54 minutes into my recording. Let's see how long it takes to get another mission.
Request received.
Oh, there we go. Okay, it only took 5 minutes. So there's a 5-minute cooldown for doing this dispatch work, which isn't as bad as I thought it would be. In fact, you can probably do something like, oh, for fuck's sake, we really have to go to Grapeseed, man? God damn it. But yeah, like I was saying, you could probably do something like a payphone hit in between these missions, which would be nice, or something else. I'm sure there's people that have already figured out a way to grind with these that is decently efficient. If you're just doing them by themselves with 5-minute cooldowns, it's not really the best. You can probably make close to 1,000 an hour, maybe? Because what? Probably more than that, actually. Maybe like 150 an hour. Probably takes about 5 to 10 minutes to do the missions. 5-minute cooldowns. Can maybe do about 4 an hour if you're lucky. So that's just over 100,000. Maybe you get a bit more if you get lucky with the missions or use an oppressor instead of a cop car like me. So obviously it's not terrible, but it's probably going to be better if you pair it with something like payphone hits or another type of quick money maker. And like I was saying earlier, me personally, I don't really care too much. I'm not going to complain about the missions being low money or not interesting. I did literally just tweet the complaints, but that's more just so I get interaction. Overall, I don't care too much. There's enough content in the game for me still to enjoy. I still like playing races and stuff, but objectively overall for the community, especially the people who do enjoy grinding the game and making money, I feel like Rockstar are letting people down just a little bit, and I know their focus is more so on GTA 6 now, so hopefully we see a massive upgrade in terms of the quality and longevity of updates, I should say, because that is the one thing I do think is a problem with GTA's DLC manifesto. They kind of add a new business, these new cars and new missions, but then that business is essentially just dead after a few months because you get 5 or 6 different missions in the new business, and once you've played all of them, you've played all of them, and if they're not good for money making, there's almost no reason to do them again. There's pretty much no reason to ever play a contact mission in GTA after we do these first few missions and get maybe like the achievements. There's pretty much no use doing them either. If you want to play for fun, you can, but if you're trying to grind money, it's pretty much Calle Perico, the contract occasionally, and like auto shop contracts and Acid Lab. Anything else is kind of a waste of time almost. So what I think Rockstar should have done is add these businesses, and then over time you can add to them, maybe make them intertwine with each other. So for example, this is just an idea I came up with literally 2 seconds ago. We have the document forgery office, and we also have this bail business. How about instead of being a pure bounty hunter and always giving them to the cops, if you own a document forgery office, you can get a secondary option where instead of sending them to the cops, you can help them get a fake identity and send them away to not be imprisoned anymore, and you can get more money for that, but it takes a bit longer. There's a bunch of different options that we could possibly have, and speaking about our document forgery, I'm pretty sure this is the location, which is quite funny. Speaking about different options, there are a lot of different things you can do that Rockstar just don't really seem to have the desire for. Hopefully in GTA 6, again, that's the hope we all have, is they have a little bit more experimentation and, you know, ingenuity when it comes to these businesses. On their own, standalone, a lot of the businesses are pretty fun. This business by itself isn't a bad idea. Going and collecting bounties and everything and having the option to do dispatch work is cool by itself, but I feel like businesses should intertwine in the world a bit more. The best example of that is the nightclub, where you can actually use other businesses to make money. That's pretty much the only example. But what are we even doing here? Just getting some security tapes? All right. But yeah, I don't want to rant and ramble on too long because I could probably speak about this in a separate video for a while. But I just feel like there is such a lack of creativity within Rockstar for things they could do to make the game more interesting and to keep updates alive for years after they come out. Because I think that is one of the biggest issues with GTA Online. They sort of make one thing, forget about it, and then go on to the next and never really revisit it. Of course, we've had some updates where they've gone back to old businesses. I think one of the best updates in recent years, maybe ever, was the criminal enterprises, where they went back and changed a lot of other things from other businesses, such as payouts and the way you do things, and that was really good. I think Rockstar should be doing that every single year. On top of the 2 big DLCs that they bring out, every single year Rockstar should be re-optimizing the game, changing payouts for all businesses to make them usable again, and adding new content here and there. Even if it's nothing massive, add 1 or 2 missions to the MC Clubhouse to make it interesting to go ahead and play. Add a few new contact missions that actually stay up to date with the current money-making methods to make them viable. It's small things that could make the game way more interesting. Again, I've had a video, I talked about this a long time ago, where Rockstar try and treat this game almost like an MMORPG, but then don't give you the tools to really lean into it. Because if you want to make money, you have to do all the difficult, or not difficult, you have to do all the same methods that aren't fun. But if you want to have fun, you usually need money. It's just a weird sort of catch-22 that Rockstar have going on with this game. And it's something I do hope they fix for the next game. But enough rambling, let's complete this mission because I'm about to die. But I will say one thing. I definitely recommend you to go ahead and use an oppressor if you have one, or Sparrow when doing these missions, because the drive backs are a bit brutal. And it does waste a significant amount of time for no reason. But here we go, back to Vincent's lockup. I do honestly appreciate that they're keeping Vincent around and putting him in multiple things. This kind of goes along the lines of what I'm saying about incorporating different updates into other updates. The fact that we're reusing this location and reusing Vincent as a character is kind of cool, and I do appreciate it. But there we go, another dispatch work done, another 25,000 or so. And considering I've only played for just over an hour, making close to $200,000, I want to say, from everything I did, it's not terrible at all. It's really not. I think we definitely get stuck in a loop as GTA grinders, I guess, of comparing everything to their very best money makers. If it's not making you $1 million an hour, it's shit type thing. But in general, for a fun and casual money maker that's not too stressful and maybe nicer to new players who aren't that skilled at doing heists or whatever, it's definitely an alright option. Overall, I think I'd give the business and dispatch work, well, business I'd probably give like a 5 out of 10. Dispatch work probably closer to a 7, 6.5. I think standalone, it's probably more like a 6, but if you incorporate some other money-making methods with it, it's really not too bad. 5-minute cooldowns, $25,000 every sort of 5 to 10 minutes, really isn't dreadful at all. To me, at least, the best thing about this update so far is the cars. However, if you have seen on Twitter or YouTube going around lately, there are some DLC leaks that we're getting some more stuff added to the game from this DLC, such as being able to do pizza delivery work and a few other things. I haven't looked into it too much myself yet, but it does feel like Rockstar are going to be adding a few new little things that could be interesting. So I guess I'll wait around for that, and hopefully they'll be a bit more exciting. And as always, if there's anything you want to see on the channel, any challenges, any cars you want me to buy, let me know down below and I'll take a look at it. You're gonna kill me, aren't you? Okay, now there's 2 of you. Very cool.